They stand. Stalls are back there racing, and they came out as one. Normandy bounced quickly with Plushka from on the straight third early. Dancing Sculptor getting up inside it, and two to Prince Standarn. Plushka will take up the lead, settling now. Moves nearly a length in front of Normandy, who'll go back to the fence second, and Dancing Sculptor up on the outside third. 2 to on the straight, being restrained up on the outside of Prince Standarn. Rolling down the hill at the 1,000-metre mark, and the leader Plushka having a fairly easy run, 2.5 out in front of the filly Normandy. A length and a half Dancing Sculptor, one off the fence, one to Prince Standarn. A length to on the straight last of all, about 4.5 lengths covering the field. 800 metres out, Plushka on the side, 2 lengths in front. Dancing Sculptor up on the outside now, a clear second. A half Normandy on the fence, a half then on the straight coming into it now, and a length to Prince Standarn last of all. 600 out, Plushka's been doing it his way in front, 2 to Dancing Sculptor. Normandy's gone, going around the outsiders on the straight to third. Normandy under pressure, fourth from Prince Standarn. Plushka 2 in front of Dancing Sculptor. The outside running on is on the straight when they turn. They're 3 in front of Normandy and Prince Standarn. Plushka straightens up 2.5 on the straight. He hasn't let it down yet. It's after the leader and a gap in the race centre. Dancing Sculptor. Plushka at the 300, about a length and a half to 2. He's calling on everything on the straight on the outside. It's trying to bridge the gap, but Plushka is over 2.5 in front. On the straight's not going to get him, and Plushka's had a cushy run in front and will lead all the way and win easily. And Plushka down to the post wins at about 4 lengths. On the straight's tiring and missed second, and as Prince Standarn's grabbed second, right on the line. On the straight is third, then Dancing Sculptor, and about 8 lengths last of all. Not happy in the going, the filly Normandy.
Number 4 Plushka, 340, 1 Prince Standarn, $4, no third on the straight.
Number 4 Plushka, 330, 1 Prince Standarn, 370, 3 on the straight, no third.
On the straight, travelled to him about...
Off. Had a beautiful start. Trial by jury, one of the roughies got the best of it. Commencing pretty well was Deep Moss, and pretty wide out and improving ground is Benazee. Followed closely by Rosalind's Doctor, Riverdale, then Sun Hayes and Sound Lyric, followed by Toss Up. About 2 lengths further back in the field is Zatella. Go Joy second last, and about a length and 3/4 to Blue Ballad. Benazee works across and leads the way, going to the 1,000 marker, about a length and a half. Rosalind's Doctor. Trial by jury is back to third now, and then Riverdale, Deep Moss, a length to Toss Up, followed by Sun Hayes. Between Sun Hayes and Toss Up is Sound Lyric, 2.5 then to Zatella, a length to Go Joy, and some 2 lengths to Blue Ballad. 800 out, no change in the order, and Benazee, named after the top French rugby union player, leads the way, about a length and a quarter. Here's action coming from the rider of Toss Up. It boots into second, Posse, Rosalind's Doctor third, Riverdale fourth. A bustle up for the front now, then Trial by Jury, Sound Lyric, a length to Deep Moss, 2 to Sun Hayes, 1 Zatella, 2 Go Joy, and 3/4 to Blue Ballad. They're homeward bound in the first here at Rose Hill Gardens, and Benazee straightens up and again gets a break of a length on Rosalind's Doctor, whose rider's gone for the whip. Trial by jury the inside. Deep Moss is into the clear, and then Sound Lyric, and Sun Hayes not quite into the open. Oh, Benazee's run off the track and hampered Rosalind's Doctor. Sun Hayes got through on the inside, but the erratic Benazee in front. Here's Go Joy right down the outside, but Benazee is clinging on, and Benazee will win the money. Rosalind's Doctor second. Zatella might get third from Go Joy, Sun Hayes and Sound Lyric wide out. Go Joy finished under the arches, followed at the head of the others then by Blue Ballad, Trial by Jury, Riverdale's run second last, and Absolute Toss Up.
To Benazee to return 850, 280, close for the Miners.
Halfway down the running there, but has been able to win. Number 2 Benazee has paid $8.60 for the win, and $3.10 for the place. Rosalind's Doctor will get second, and Rosalind's Doctor was on the outside of Benazee, down where Benazee got the wobbles, and Rosalind's Doctor will pay a dividend of $2 for every dollar invested on the place tote. And number 3 Zatella looks as though she'll get third, and has paid $2.30. Those numbers official on the first here at Rose Hill Gardens, 2, 7 and 3. Benazee, as I said on the call, named after that crackerjack French rugby union player, and is by defensive play from cross country. So is well named. A brown horse, a 4-year-old, owned by Alan Bell's Berry Management Limited Syndicate in partnership with Mrs. D.J. Christensen, Mrs. Betty Hayes and Mr. R.M. Anderson, trained by Gary Moore at Randwick and ridden by the crackerjack New Zealand apprentice Opie Bosson. Number 7, second, Rosalind's Doctor by Dr. Grace from our Rosalind, a 5-year-old bay gelding. Max Lee's Jimmy Byrne down from Queensland. Of course, Jim will be riding Adam in the Concord later in the day. Number 3, Zatella, third by Zabeel from Nuvane, a bay mare. 4, Kerry Jordan, Len Beasley. And number 4, Deep Moss was the official 4th placing. Now the time...
They're off and running. Out in a good line too. Our Scenario Bounce quickly, led out early from moving up on the outside. Wavishing travelling forward. Carmenesca's third. 2 lengths Dance on Door from the outside. Love's Choice is picking up ground quickly. Around Hop Peppers and Listening's Joy last of all. Up the back at the 1350 metre mark, and it's Love's Choice out 3 deep. Our Scenario inclined to get up on the bit in the middle and easing back. Wavishing now third as Love's Choice puts its head in front. Love's Choice about 3/4 in front now from the inside. Our Scenario 3/4 Wavishing, 2 to Carmenes, 3/4 the outside Hot Peppers, 3 lengths further back Dance on Door on the inside of Listening's Joy. Coming down the side of the 1,000 metre mark, Love's Choice a half in front, Wavishing second, 2.5 further back Our Scenario, third on the inside of Carmenes, fourth, a length and a half Hot Peppers, then Listening's Joy, and getting up on the inside now Dance on Door. Bunching up, 800 metres to go. Love's Choice about a neck in front from Wavishing, and Carmenes now goes forward but pratted out 4 deep. Getting up inside it now Our Scenario, a length further back in the race Dance on Door from Listening's Joy, and last of all in the race Hot Peppers. 5.50 out now Love's Choice from Wavishing. Carmenesca's gone up on the outside, a neck away third, a length and a half further back then Dance on Door. Our Scenario fifth under pressure, then Listening's Joy, and 3 last of all is Hot Peppers. Turning for home Love's Choice from Wavishing, and Carmenesca under the big weight is joining in quickly. Back to the inside Dance on Door. Carmenes down the middle, going up to Love's Choice. 300 to go and getting up on the fence Dance on Door. Carmenes put its head in front. After it is Dance on Door the inside. Carmenes drew a half length in front from Dance on Door. This is a good effort with 58.5, and Carmenesca's coming on to win 3/4 to nearly a length. 3/4 on the post Dance on Door, a length away third Love's Choice, then Wavishing from Listening's Joy, a good gap to Hot Peppers, and Our Scenario last of all.
Number 1, Carmenes, 250, 180. 7, Dance on Door at 340. No third, Love's Choice.
Number 1, Carmenes to pay 280 and 190. 7, Dance and Door, 310. No third for 3, Love's Choice. Very shortly, the Queanbeyan preview for today from Tony Campbell.
They're set, racing. Getty was a shade slow to go of the 5. He dropped back to last, and Release fired out of the machine, went straight to the front. Strabane will settle 2 lengths away second, similar margin to Whistler, then Vintage Morn, and last of all is Getty. And he's being heeled along by Boston to stay intact as they come past the 1,000. And the front runner is Release, going keenly, led by over a length on the short price favourite Strabane. Then came Whistler third, Getty going up on the inside, and Vintage Power now relegated back to the tail. 700 metres to go, Release in front. Strabane looked to be coasting up in second position. A length and a half Getty inside of Whistler, just in front of him, and Vintage Morn last of all. It will be a sprint home coming around the corner. Release 450 out in front with Strabane looming up to his girth the outside. Whistler 3 deep as Beasley puts in his run. 2 lengths to Vintage Morn, and Getty inside of him. Strabane at the 350s raced up. He's hit the front. Cassidy yet to go for the button. He's still in front of Whistler. Then back to the inside is Release, but it's Strabane at the 200 metres mark. Cassidy really not fair dinkum at the moment. Release and Whistler are battling out the minors. Vintage Morn making ground. Now he pulls the whip, and Strabane's in front, and he's going to be too good for them. Strabane wins a length and 3/4 to Whistler. Third prize Release, 3 lengths away Vintage Morn, and last of the 5 was Getty. Always travelling very easily, Jimmy Cassidy, not really serious until the last 150. And at 150 and $1.10 on the tote, Strabane has raced away to win very easily. Trained by Max Lees, who had a great victory here a couple of weeks ago in the Magic Millions with those very same colours with Shout Not, who's been sent out to the spelling paddock after her great effort to win the 3-year-old Magic Millions Honda Classic. And Strabane, who's been a very, very consistent horse. He's had 9 starts now, 3 wins and 4 minor placings, coming on for a very easy victory. Whistler second, Lynn Beasley, and third going to Release, who led them up. And he fought on well after being headed. Looked to be a sprint home, and it was. The overall time is 1:11.26, 34.01. So they've gone 36.25 for their first section of the race. In fact, they've gone 37.25 for their first section of the race. So they have absolutely walked in the lead, and they've come home 34.01. So
City Kid leads, happy to stay away from the rail. He's in front a half length on Kalui Star. A length away is Irish Squire. 2 to 3 lengths behind those horses is Odessa on the inside of Miu Miu. Second last Corrigan. Last is Kazaragi, 700 a run. And the favourite on top is clear by a half length City Kid. Kalui Star is second. Irish Squire is third. 3 lengths Miu Miu followed by Odessa. And then Kazaragi on the inside of Corrig as they neared the turn. And City Kid is held together, leads by a half length. Kalui Star on the outside. Irish Squire, red blinkers the rail. 4 lengths away Corrig, who's trying to get past Miu Miu as they corner. City Kid in front. Irish Squire makes of a race of it coming around the home turn and goes up to join him on the inside. City Kid with the head up is the leader. On the inside, Irish Squire. They beat off Kalui Star. Nolan pulled the whip on the toppy. City Kid is about a half length in front. Trying hard, Irish Squire the inside, but City Kid with the pull on the weights and a bit too classy. City Kid wins it by a length and a half. Irish Squire second and third Kalui Star, though 1, 2, 3 all the way. Then Miu Miu, Kazaragi never came into it over on the fence, followed by Corrig and Odessa. Class telling factor at the finish of the race. Number 1, City Kid, ridden by Luke Nolan. Second will go to Irish Squire. And third place should go to Kalui Star. Just had a bit on them. 1:12.08 the time.
Presses the button, they're off, and immediately Kingston Shores dropped out the back. Other than that, a very good start. And here it's going to be Schumann leading narrowly from Typhoon, Mushtak and Wider Out Bargain. Then Isla Tan, Exploding Success. A little deep is Great Trip, and then a break to Kingston Shores, passing 3 horses, and they being Pajamas, Shining Haze and Foramore. Going down past the 1100, and Schumann is the leader clearly, a length and a half on Bargain. Typhoon and Neck back on the inside, and then Exploding Success, followed by Mushtak. Wonder Great Trip, similar margin Isla Tan, followed closely then by Pajamas. A length further off is Kingston Shores on the outside of Shining Haze, and 2.5 lengths to Foramore. They work onto the side and link up with the 800 mark. A little or no change in the pattern here, and Schumann making play. Bargain sitting second, a bit more than a length from the leader, and travelling third is Typhoon. Exploding Success next on the outside, being tagged by Great Trip, who has Mushtak locked away on his inside. Pajamas 3 wide, Isla Tan in the middle. Old Shining Haze back on the fence. Kingston Shores is second last, and Foramore whips them in as they're homeward bound, and Schumann left alone in front and swings around the home corner, more than a length on Bargain. Typhoon is locked away, followed by Exploding Success, and then Mushtak. Isla Tan's back third last as they come down to the 200, and Schumann giving a great sight. Schumann a length and a half on Typhoon, who's getting into the open stretches to chase Schumann. Schumann the leader. Typhoon can't get him, and then Bargain, but it's all Schumann. Cleverly ridden, and Schumann wins it well. Second placing to Typhoon, little between Bargain and Pajamas for third. Mushtak the inside from Foramore. Great Trip, Kingston Shores, Exploding Success. Second last was Isla Tan, and Absolute Old Shining Haze.
Number 6, Schumann, 410, 180. 7, Typhoon, 240. Those for third, 4, Bargain, 220, or 5, Pajamas, 290.
They couldn't reach him over the last 100. Typhoon making a darn good fist of it, but couldn't quite get there. The winner, number 6, $4 and $1.80, winning double to trainer Gary Moore. Number 6, Schumann, $4 a win, $1.80 for the place. Typhoon will be second. Number 7, ridden by Danny Beasley, and it will pay $2.80, $2.80. And the judge will probably have a look at the computerised colour image for third, which will probably show Bargain. Yes, it has. Number 4, Bargain for third, ridden by Mitch Newman. And the Bargain's dividend is $2 neat. 6, 7 and 4 official placings, and the winner Schumann is by Salieri from Moonlight Angel, a 4-year-old chestnut gelding race by Mr. S. Power. As I say, trained by Gary Moore, ridden by Chris Muntz, has clocked 1:31.66. It was a slowly run race, 1:31.66, 35 the last 600 metres. Almost a mathematical impossibility to run Schumann down over the...
Off and running. Out in a good line. Fonzarelli won the start near the inside from Robley Lass, and Simulation Happy Star are working over from the outside from Makara. Prince Charming back on the inside from Nick's Verdict. Deeper travelling forward from Master Ponton. Jet Lag and Napier Street. The mare Simulation takes it up, going up the back now. Nick's Verdict up second, going a little keenly. A length and a half Fonzarelli, a half Happy Star fourth. 2 Robley Lass followed on the outside of it by Makara, then Master Ponton 3 deep from Prince Charming. Napier Street and Jet Lag last of all. 1400 100 out. Along the back of the track and Simulation, nearly a length in front of Nick's Verdict, and a half further back is Fonzarelli. 1 to Happy Star fourth, about 2 lengths further back Macara. Robley Lass the fence. 2 to Prince Charming on the inside of Master Ponton, and the last pair Jet Lag, who's up on the outside of Napier Street. Up the top of the hill they race at the 1250 metre mark, and given a little bit more rain. Simulation moved a length and a half to Nick's Verdict, a length and a half Fonzarelli, a half Happy Star, 2.5 further back in the race Macara. It's fifth on the outside of Robley Lass, 3 lengths further back Master Ponton. Prince Charming on the inside has got 2 behind it. They are Jet Lag and 2 to Napier Street. 1,000 out down the side, and the leader Simulation 3/4 in front of Nick's Verdict, a length into Happy Star, a length then Fonzarelli, 3/4 Macara, 2 further back Robley Lass. Hard ridden now Prince Charming, about 6 off the front. Outside at Master Ponton, 3 to Jet Lag and 4 Napier Street. Simulation just in front. Nick's Verdict on terms at the 600, a half into Happy Star moving forward, and they slap on the speed now. 2 lengths to Fonzarelli. It's Nick's Verdict and Simulation, and Happy Star a half away. 3 lengths Fonzarelli, 2.5 Prince Charming, then Macara, Master Ponton on the turn. Nick's Verdict about a neck in front. Simulation pushing back again, and she's coming back at this leader Nick's Verdict when they turn. Nick's Verdict ahead in front of Simulation, 3 to Happy Star at the 350 metre mark, and Nick's Verdict finally got the lead and drew a length in front of Simulation, 3 to Happy Star. Prince Charming coming home late, but Nick's Verdict's 2 lengths in front of Simulation, then Prince Charming and Fonzarelli. It's Nick's Verdict in front of Simulation. Nick's Verdict a neck in front. Simulation kicking back, but Nick's Verdict wins it a neck on the line. Simulation 2.5 away, third Prince Charming, then Macara followed further back in the race by Fonzarelli, Happy Star, then Robley Lass, Jet Lag, Master Ponton and Napier Street last of all.
6, 5 and 2. Nick's Verdict 720, 230. Simulation 160. Prince Charming 190.
Number 6, Nick's Verdict, 710, 240. 5, Simulation, 170. 2, Prince Charming, 180.
Nick's Verdict is first. Number 6, ridden by Craig Williams. Number 6, Nick's Verdict, Craig Williams. Number 5, Simulation, Luke Nolan. And 2, Prince Charming, Brett Preble, 6, 5 and 2. 6, 5, 2 in the frame here. 6.
Right, awaiting totes.
National Racing Service, here they are, New South Totes.
Nick's Verdict, 720 the win, 230 the place, 5 Simulation, 160. 2 Prince Charming, $1.90. Quinella, 13.20. Exacta, 31.80. And the 652 trifecta, $136.60. And there's correct weight at the Gold Coast, race 3 on 527.
Presses the button, they're off in the Premier's Cup. And immediately Enjoyment dropping out the back in company with Tobacco Flat, and Zaquita is an early leader taken on by Vitaman. Catapult, Red Ivory right up there with South Bend. Vitronite holding its posse on the rails. A length further back is Big Milano, Hunter Winemaker, followed by Enjoyment. And then Bombardment, Ask the Waiter. Sanrose is back second last, and Tobacco Flat in a tightly packed field is last of all. Working to the back of the course, and here Vitaman goes to the lead. Big Milano challenges, and it hits the front 1400 out. Big Milano from Vitaman, Hunter Winemaker hurries to third, and then comes Aquita, South Bend and Red Ivory on a lemon, 2.5 lengths further back. On the inside is at this stage Vitronite, caught out a little wide. Catapult from Ask the Waiter. After a length to Enjoyment, Tobacco Flat, Sanrosa next to last, and Absolute in the field is Bombardment. They race along towards the 1,000 marker, and here Hunter Winemaker's having a shot at Vitaman, and little between the two of them, they're about 2.5 lengths clear. Travelling in third position, Big Milano's Aquita fourth, and a length the South Bend, followed closely by Red Ivory. Then Vitronite, one to Catapult, Ask the Waiter deeper, the inside Enjoyment, and then Tobacco Flat. Sanrosa's got one behind him, and that is Bombardment. They're on the side, 650 left to go. Vitaman a half length on Hunter Winemaker, 4 lengths Big Milano, hunted hard. The same for Zaquita, and then comes Vitronite, South Bend, Red Ivory. Ask the Waiter, Catapult is well back, and then Enjoyment, Tobacco Flat. Second last Bombardment, and Sanrosa under the stickers last. Vitaman leads a length, Hunter Winemaker straightening up. He hasn't had much peace, Vitaman, but by golly, he's racing well. And as they come down towards the 250, and the leader, Vitaman, a length and a half in front from Hunter Winemaker. Vitronite, and now Catapult emerging. Catapult, Vitronite, race away from Vitaman. Catapult the outside, and Vitronite. Catapult, Vitronite. Oh, it's a tight one between Catapult and Vitronite. Third posse going to Tobacco Flat. Then Hunter Winemaker, Vitaman Knocked Up, followed by Zaquita. Further back, Big Milano, and then Enjoyment. 2 lengths further off was South Bend Bombardment, Asked the Waiter. Senrosa beat one in, and that was Red Ivory. Photo.
On the Super Tab, if 4 gets it, Catapult, 5.20, 2 even. The other one, 2 Vitronite, 4.70, 1.80. And for third, number 9, Tobacco Flat, 4.40. Moving up, Queanbeyan.
And Vitronite. We watch the slow-mo replay as they get down to the line. It looks like Catapult on that shot, but we'll wait until the judge finishes his verdict of examining the computerized image. Yes, there's the official photo result. Catapult will be the winner. No numbers up, but that is the official result that is being seen on and off course. And there's the number. Number 4 is first, Catapult, written by Shane Dye. Has paid $5.10 for the win.
More from Ian in a moment. Fourth Adelaide, 1 Taylor's Bridge in the update, 190, 110 and favourite. 2 Just Dynamite, 15 280. 3 Adventure, 22 4. 4 Paisano, 11 250. 5 Outboard Motor, late mail, 540 190. 6 Uncle Ike, 670 160. 7 New Dancer, 10 270 and 8 Our Scouts on a 47 7. 9 is out, 48,000. 156 selections. Grand National Hurdle Race 4 Cheltenham, 222. Off Elwick. Take the start there.
Sovereign, just behind them, Euclidite, Tramp, Dancing Court.
Had many friends in the industry over the years, did George Kenny, but sadly he's no longer with us. Favourite's been rock solid here throughout. I just noticed at the screen it's got out to even money, $2 Taylor's Bridge, and they're off in the National. Paisano flat-footed and he released them and missed it by about 3. And the first one to bound out into stride was New Dancer from Taylor's Bridge. They're only hunting as they come to the first of the panels. Over on the outside, Just Dynamite, followed then by Outboard Motor. Back in the blue and gold logo colours, Uncle Ike, as they go to the next one near the 1200. Our Scouts Honour on the outside from Adventure, and further back Paisano 2.5 away at the tail. Heading towards the last along the far side in the first circuit, and the leader put in a big leap over that one and got away with it nicely, New Dancer. Now the rider takes hold again as they go onto the 1,000-metre turn to come down the side. 3 lengths in advance. Second placing Just Dynamite, 2 lengths away, travelling well within himself, and the rider standing high up in the irons, Taylor's Bridge. 4 or 5 lengths away then Outboard Motor. 1 away over on the outside of him was Our Scouts Honour. Back to the inside next in the logo colours, the grey Uncle Ike. 1.5 away behind him Adventure, and last of all 2 away was Paisano. They've got a good long run to this next one. Here it comes up to them now near the 600, and the leader over at New Dancer nicely from Just Dynamite second. The Steeplechaser travels well in the hurdle today. 4 or 5 away Taylor's Bridge, still under a very good hold. Similarly Outboard Motor tracking the favourite, and further back Our Scouts Honour from over on the inside, Uncle Ike. Further back behind those then came Adventure, and 2 away last of all Paisano. Here's the first of 3 in the straight in the Grand National in South Australia, and the leader coming over at New Dancer jumped it nicely. Second placing only length and a half away is the supremely fit Steeplechaser Just Dynamite. He's had a busy campaign, but he's as tough as old boots. 5 or 6 away Taylor's Bridge, who just pecked over that as they come to the third and the last of the treble. As they come to it, New Dancer got over it nicely. 2.5 Just Dynamite. Taylor's Bridge measured it again. Over on the outside, joining him now is Outboard Motor, followed by Adventure. Our Scouts Honour the centre, Uncle Ike the inside, and still 2 away at the tail of the field is Paisano. Over the crossing, out of the straight, going over the 1,800-metre mark in the National, and the leader putting a little bit more pace into it, New Dancer, 1.5 lengths in front. Second placing the Chaser, and that's Just Dynamite as they come to the flight on the side, and they jumped it well. 4 or 5 away behind them, but they're gaining ground now. Over on the outside, Outboard Motor as they take another flight. Then Taylor's Bridge, who risked that. Further out in the track, then came Adventure commencing a run. Our Scouts Honour, Uncle Ike and Paisano last of all. Back where they started, they've completed 1 circuit. Taylor's Bridge, I don't know whether he's travelling all that flash just at the moment, and the leader now on the inside, New Dancer, comes to the first along the far side, jumped it beautifully. Second placing Just Dynamite. In third position, 4 lengths away, then came Outboard Motor. On the outside, Adventure as they go over another one from Taylor's Bridge, ridden along, and passing him on the outside, or joining him at least, was Our Scouts Honour for a stride or 2, and then came Uncle Ike back in the field with Paisano. As they move to the 1,000-metre turn again, he's got the whip on the favourite Taylor's Bridge, and I don't think he is travelling well at all. And the leader on the inside with Just Dynamite attacking him and driving him crazy on the outside, with the one on the rail, New Dancer, who's under pressure. 4 lengths away behind those then came Outboard Motor. Now Taylor's Bridge is getting into the clear. He's starting to lift, but he wants to. He's 5 off them. Further out on the track then came around them Paisano with a big finish. Adventure still there. Down to the third last on the side, and they were followed by Uncle Ike, and then came Our Scouts Honour, who's called it a day. Just Dynamite, the Chaser, takes over from New Dancer. Taylor's Bridge is starting to lift now. He looked a bit of a worrying chance chance earlier in the race, but he's now starting to shine around the turn with Paisano the outside. New Dancer's kicking back on the inside. 4 across the track, coming down to the second last. Taylor's Bridge, the top weight, has gone to the lead. He clipped it. Joining him is Paisano the outside with a weight pull. Paisano and Taylor's Bridge, they're flat strapped. Further out on the track was Outboard Motor. Over the last one, Taylor's Bridge. Willie's Class getting through. There's one dragging the rider there. That was Outboard Motor. The rider is getting to his feet, but Taylor's Bridge, gee, he gave you worrying moments early in the race, but John Cornell knew what he was doing. He came away to win by 2.5. Photo the Miners Paisano, and inside of him there was Just Dynamite and New Dancer. They made a line of 3. Further back in the field, then Uncle Ike, followed by Adventure. Our Scout's Honour was a forlorn last, and one that dropped the rider at the last there was Outboard Motor, but I'm pleased to say, even though he was dragged for a few metres, Craig Durden has quickly got to his feet, shrugs off the attention from any of the ambulance people, and is happy to walk back to the yard. Taylor's Bridge. Taylor's Bridge. He was under pressure. He wasn't jumping all that flash, but you'll find he's just been the class act, and his class has got him through after being hard-ridden, I would venture to say, from as much as 1,050 or so from home. But he's shone 4 favourite backers and won. Number 1, Taylor's Bridge, John Cornell for Peter Hayes, by Sir Tristram from Pathos. Raced by Robert Sangster Swetnam, start along with the estate of the late Colin Hayes. Number 4, Paisano by Marquis Star from Gypsy's Comment, Grant Young for Joe Hall. 2, Just Dynamite by Marquis Star, Pretty Gem, Bill Williams for Ian McDonald. 7, Fourth New Dancer by Just a Dancer.
Racing in the Memsie, out in a good line with Sandwich Bay, going back after the start with Oliver Twist and Londolese. Carnelian bounced quickly. The Message went up third. They got 2 lengths in front on the early point from Saboom. Then Episode getting up to 5th. A half further back, Lisa's Game from Darazari. Lady Elsie out wide. Sandwich Bay on the fence, 1.5 lengths. Marble Halls, Aerosmith and Oliver Twist. Londolese led coming down the side, 1100 out. A length in front of Carnelian, 2 to Saboom third. A half the Message fourth. 3 further back is Episode 5th on the inside of Lisa's Game. 1 then to Lady Elsie, 2 Sandwich Bay, a half Darazari. Then Marble Halls is racing wide, followed by Aerosmith. And last of all is Oliver Twist, 750 out. Londolese a neck in front of Carnelian, 1.5 to the Message. The New Zealander third on the outside of Saboom, fourth the fence. 2.5 to Episode, 1.5 further back Lady Elsie. Then Lisa's Game, Sandwich Bay, and they're 3 in front of Darazari, Marble Halls, Aerosmith, and last of all is Oliver Twist. Londolese a neck in front of Carnelian and the Message when they turn. 2 to Saboom, fourth, 1.5 Episode, followed by Lady Elsie as they turn for home. Londolese with a kick about a neck in front of the Message, looming up on the outside. Carnelian struggling, 2 further back Saboom. The Kiwi, the Message, has got up to Londolese and hit the lead. Old Saboom is starting to rally down the middle. It's the Message in front. Saboom has got it though. On the outside, Saboom put its head in front of the Message with 100 to go, and Greg Hall will get Saboom home. The old-timer, Saboom, a length on the line. To the Message, 2 away third, Londolese. Oliver Twist and Lady Elsie ran on. Carnelian didn't finish off, followed by Marble Halls, Sandwich Bay. Further back in the race, Lisa's Game. Well back there was Episode pulling up quickly with Marble Halls, Aerosmith, and near the tail is Darazari.
Number 4, Saboom, 9.10 and 2.90. 9, The Message at $5. 11, Londolese, 4.30.
Margins on the previous of the coast, ahead each way, time 52.65.
4 Saboom, 9.10, 3 even. 9 The Message, 3.50. 11 Londolese, 5.80. Treble, 164 should return, $163.
Behind the 3. Carnelian, the first one to crack. Londolese got a bit of a kick, but the New Zealander got it quickly, the Message. And old Saboom hooked around their heels. I think this is the 5th time he's contested the Memsie Stakes. And he's ridden for dear life by G. Hall. He's picked up the Message, Michael Clark, and has got home to win.